Leanne here, and you're watching Uncovered. I'm here with Blue King Brown's Natalie Pa'a, and they are here in Sydney for their national tour supporting their latest release, Worldwize. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's good. Can you tell us about Worldwize, the title, the meaning behind it?
Sure. Worldwise was one of those words that just came as we were just like rolling through album names, and you know, some would come and they'd be really bad, or there'd be some okay ones. We were just like in and out, throwing ideas around. And Carlo, the bass player, said Worldwise and was like, oh, that's shit. And then I was like, wait, that's perfect. Like I was like, Worldwise, yeah, you know, it's worldwide. Well, obviously a play on that. And I just felt that it really captured the sort of philosophy behind a lot of the lyrics. And you know, Worldwise to me means being aware of the health and well-being of your planet and your people. It means understanding that as individuals we have a very small amount of the world's combined knowledge, but that we're willing to connect with others in order to better our collective future as well. As among other things, Worldwise means that to me.
And you definitely captured that in the album as well.
Yeah, well, you know, the album process was incredible. It was like, initially it was going to be like a 6-month sort of project and turned into 2 years, and that was a whole journey and experience. And we went to Jamaica and we've been in America, and at the same time we were really just starting to tour internationally as well, into Europe and into Canada and America. So all of those travels really influenced, I feel, the international sound of the album, and really helped just scope, just gather the vibe of it, and for us to be able to listen to it and in the process, like in another country. Sometimes when you take your music outside of like Australia and you hear it somewhere else, it's like you get a different perspective on it, and that was really helpful. I thought that, you know, I could listen to it and go, I think it needs a bit more or something, and you know, to maybe connect with, you know, more people here or there.
Definitely. When you guys were first forming your band, was it a conscious decision you made in the direction you wanted to take as far as your political and social stands and the message that you put out there?
It wasn't actually. It was very much just a very natural thing. You know, the strongest intention was to get a group of really good musicians together. That was the main thing. And you know, so we had moved from Byron to Melbourne and scouted out some of the hotshot young players that were around, and approached them, and we jammed together, and that's how it started. And then, you know, the lyrics and the words of the songs, no one knew what it was going to be, you know. Like, no one knew until I came with the lyrics and the song and started singing it, and they just went along with it. It wasn't like, we're going to be a political band or anything. It was just the way it happened, and we just rolled with it, you know. And that's just what comes out, you know, when I write lyrics, especially, you know, in the first album and this album too. It's what I'm thinking about and what I'm interested in the world.
You've worked with a lot of artists, talented artists, as you're saying, from all around the world, and 2 of them being Robbie Shakespeare and Slide Dunbar, production team in Jamaica. How was that for you to be able to go over there and immerse yourself in their culture, in their environment?
It was awesome. That was the exact intention behind going there, was we wanted to be immersed in it. And we obviously, well, myself, I've listened to music from that small island ever since I was a child, and it just felt right to go there, you know, to go to the homeland of this music that we love, and not just historically, you know, the legendary artists that we all know, but the new artists there, you know, like the dancehall scene, and it's killer, and the singing talent is phenomenal. Like, their voices are incredible. I love the rhythmic style there. It's something that I've always loved, even from a young child. I've always loved Jamaican music. So we went there and we worked, you know, most days in the studio. Sly was doing a lot of sessions in the same studio as us.
Right.
So, you know, that's how we were able to link with him. And we also had a connection through Michael Franti and Spearhead to him, because he'd just done, Sly Robbie had just done his Michael's album, Spearhead's album. So yeah, it was great, and that was one of the great things about sometimes going to places you've never been and just putting yourself in a position, something new, you know, and opening yourself up to those opportunities. Because if we hadn't have gone there, then we probably wouldn't have collaborated with Sly and Robbie or Queen Africa or John Mason, you know. So that's something for, I think, in any sort of whatever your job or whatever your work is, you know, it's good to sort of you know, expand upon your comfort zone. Yeah,
definitely. Would you say the trip also had a heavy influence on the Southside disc, the dub?
Yeah, well, I guess again, dub music coming from that Jamaica, and Sly and Robbie being, you know, legendary dub rhythm section. Yeah, I mean, it did have it. Although we crafted most of the South Side back home in Australia with an engineer from New Zealand.
Okay.
So yeah, but there is of course the Sly and Robbie version of Say Peace on the South Side as well. So yeah, that was really important for us to get that in there, a bit of dub and give, you know, it's like a double album. It's kind of like 2 for 1 really. And the North Side's the main album track. South Side is more dub styles. And we really wanted to share that flavour with Australia because it's still a very underground genre here.
Definitely.
And something that is slowly growing, but you know, we've been travelling around the place and the rest of the world has incredible foundations of support for reggae and dub, and we'd love to see Australia really latch on to those sounds, and we can get more and more artists, you know, to come out, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I noticed on your lyrics book you had websites of different organisations printed on each page. What is it about these particular websites and organisations that you want to support? And how can people help support that?
Well, you know, it's as simple as these are some of the many incredible organisations out there, online communities, offline communities, who are really banding together our global community in a number and varied issues. And these ones that are on the album, you know, they just represent some of the ones that we love, you know, and some of them that we felt were relevant to the song.
Definitely.
And so, you know, people can either go to the idea of having the website is that people go, that's where they go, you know, they go to the website, they check it out. There's some great ones on there. Sea Shepherd's in there. There's some good Australian stuff in there too. We wanted to have that, and some other international things that some sites people may already know or they may not.
Yeah, that's great. I had a beautiful collaboration you guys did with Gurmal. What is it about him that you want to work with? And you revisited a song that you'd already made.
That's right. Yeah, well, Gurmal is an incredible artist, as you know, and we have a great connection with him. We've known each other for some years, and he initially expressed that he wanted to get up and sing with us. Okay. You know, I think we played at the same festival, and we have a mutual friend and stuff like that. So he'd heard us and was like interested in singing with us because he loves playing with the big band as well. He's also in Saltwater Band from that way. So,
right.
You know, he loves that, and so we would like, yeah, man, we always love to get special guests up on stage, and so we actually learned that song, Gatumola, when we were touring overseas in our sound checks, and then we came back straight into Darwin Festival and played it with him, like for the first time, and that was maybe 4 years ago. And since then, whenever we're in the same city or at the same event, we will, you know, he'll come and sing with us, and so it was just really natural that we wanted to take it into the studio and record a version. And it was a similar thing with the album. It came together as well over about 2 years. Like it wasn't a rushed thing. Like whenever he's very busy, we've been very busy. Whenever we're in the same place, we're just, you know, oh cool, Gurmal's in town, let's get him in the studio for half an hour, whatever. And so it came together in the end, and the film clip came together beautifully as well.
Such a beautiful song.
He's a talented, really talented man.
So you've got Worldwize Part 1, North and South now. When is Part 2, East and West, coming out? When can we expect something?
Well, we're looking to release this year, but there's no solid, cemented dates yet.
Right.
So, but when it's coming, don't worry, we're going to make a lot of noise about it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure. Thank you. Hey, what's what's up? This is Natalie from Blue King Brown, and you're watching Uncovered.